Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Brady now on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the rumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Brady. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Throwing on first down is Brady. Over the middle to Smith. And down inside the 15 he goes. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. To throw, it's Brady. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there out of the running game. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
First down and much more here for Jones. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Cook, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. This defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
From the 39, Brady. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And Chris Barnes there on the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Brady to throw. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On first down, Brady. He finds his man, complete. That's Andrews. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Play action. Now it's Brady. This is Smith with a grab. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Oh, good move. 92 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Love this time is going to set up to throw it. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play fake. Here's Love. Looking left side, and he's got Sternberger. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Second and 11. Love going to give this one to Jones. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Love from the gun. This one brought in by Sternberger. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got it complete to Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Brady now to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 17, Love. This one swung out here to Jones. Touchdown! Aaron Jones with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing now is Brady. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Brady going to throw. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now Brady. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Brady. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Brady. It's caught. Smith. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Normally, you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A give. This is Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings get a late score here, the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Final play of the half, Love. Looking deep for Adams. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Making the catch is Sternberger. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game. And we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2nd and 2. Here's Love. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now Jones. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw is Brady. He finds his man, complete. That's Andrews. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady, complete. Jefferson the target. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Brady. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Looking to throw. Brady. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Now Brady again. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, No more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. 135 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Love's throw there, complete to Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw now, here's Love. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action this time with Love. He's got this one complete to Rodgers. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll just get rid of it. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Jones. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun. Love. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Love. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Dillon. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look to grab a late lead. Again, it'll be Dillon. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And this time he is in. A.J. Dillon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. They do tack on the extra point as well. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. 84 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Brady. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra D. Back to throw, Brady. Complete. Smith has it. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down. Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.